H&M has launched an innovative AI-powered custom clothing creation tool. Geez, Ann, that was 3 seasons in a row, marking the retail giant's first foray into the world of artificial intelligence. According to Trend Hunter, what a great name for an online magazine, Trend Hunter, the text-to-image merge creation tool within H&M's Creator Studio leverages AI technology to transform written prompts into fully realized apparel designs. Users can choose from a range of preset styles, and the resulting creations can be swiftly produced and fulfilled through H&M's global printing and logistics infrastructure. And believe it or not, it is your turn this week on the hot seat. I have this week's A&M put you on the spot question. I'm glad it's you and not me this time. And here it is. There is so much talk among executives, futurists, and our favorite media pundits on the types of jobs AI is likely to replace, with designers an oft-discussed candidate. Nice use of oft too, by the way. Do you think H&M's execution here is an indicator of that movement, or is this a more souped-up version of the classic custom t-shirt maker that's been around forever? That was exactly my thoughts as I read this headline too. I'm curious, what do you think, Ann?
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is definitely playing on that variation of the custom t-shirt designer, but 100%. I think that it's good. Like I think that this is an area where you're H&M, you're in the fast fashion industry with tons of competition. Like, this is a way for you to offer a custom garment at a lower price point that sets you apart from the other competitors in your space. I think to answer A&M's question though, I don't think this is a case of AI replacing designers. I still think they're at the core of designing the garments. I think it helps H&M continue to differentiate their products. It's not about AI eliminating the designers though. I don't see that happening. I think it's going to eliminate the designers who won't incorporate AI as a component of their work. We talked about it last week on the show too, with Amazon and how they're helping use AI to help come up with product images. I think this is going to be a tool in the tool belt of every designer, every engineer. Like, there's so many applications across the entire retail industry landscape and other industries where you have to be ready and prepared to incorporate AI into some component of your work. And I do think that things like this will replace designers that won't even allow that to penetrate their work. So,
really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think we're going to continue to see efficiencies that this will bring to other elements of their business too, not just like the design that we're seeing put on a t-shirt, but also helping those designers so that they can better predict demand. They can better predict, customer preferences and the data that they're getting from the customers through tools like what H&M is doing here. So I'm a big fan. I think this will just be another tool to augment the work of the designers.
So you're treading gingerly on this then, like in terms of the overall impact to the organization and the impact on the designer and the design industry as a whole, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I still think there's a place for designers. I don't think it's replacing them, but you disagree, I take it?
Well, yeah, I think I kind of think you're doing what H&M's doing here. This is the toe dip, right? It's the toe dip into AI and the application to understand how well it works. And they're doing it from the consumer side because it's, quite honestly, probably less political. That's kind of how I'm reading this headline, because I agree with you. I don't see, if you understand how generative AI works, like at least from my knowledge of it right now, and that's why I'm excited to have Microsoft and GitHub on to talk more about it with us, because they understand it better than either you or I do. But like, I agree. I don't see AI displacing designers, but it will make those who know how to use it more productive, right? That's the key thing. And so when that happens in the history of business, that ultimately means less people are needed in that field over time, because you can do more with less. And so that's going to happen, I think, when you look at it. So the ramifications here are with design, with copywriting, with brand image creation, like we talked about in the show last week. You don't need as many people. Because you're going to make your own people that much more productive and that much more powerful. So, and I think that just from experimenting with AI in our own business every day, to me, Ann, this is the thing I've been saying on social media. It is the performance enhancing drug of the white collar class. Like, it is the cream and the clear of white collar jobs if you use it right. And so whoever uses it now,
what is the cream and the clear?
Cream and the clear. It was like what Barry Bonds was rubbing on his muscles to make him hit all those home runs. So to me, it's disgusting. I know it's really gross, right? But the people that figure out how to use this, that harness it first, are going to be to their retail operations what Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire were to baseball in 1998. Yeah. They're going to be so out in front of it and putting the demands on everyone else to such an extent that the other people who don't know how to use it can't meet them, that it's going to cause some displacement. And I think this is the first sign that we're heading down that road.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's
you do agree.
I agree that the jobs will change. I think there's no disagreement there. I think that the people in those roles will have to take on, I think there'll be other roles for them. I think that we're going to see a continued evolution of what creative looks like, what design looks like, what, engineering looks like. Yes, they won't be doing the same exact job that they were doing 3 years ago, but there will still be a role that humans will play. Like, I think that's the major narrative that I think is important to include, is that, yes, it's performance enhancing. It's not replacing, though.
Yeah. But the interesting about this, you just made me think about this. I never thought about this before, but unlike the topic of AI that we talked about last week on the show, right, which was about product imagery, and maintaining that.
Yeah.
The digital space is endless, right? It's boundless. Like, you can have, you could pretty much deploy AI into that and still probably have a ton of people working on it. The amount of products that go into a store is limited. You only need so many of them. And so the designers, I think, are at the precipice of being, at the forefront of getting impacted by this, because you only need so many shirts to go on a shelf. And if you can have one person design all of those shirts versus 2, 3, or 4 people, that's what makes this case different to me.
Yeah. We'll have to continue this debate, because I think that there's some nuance to that too. Like, I don't know that AI and one designer are going to, I still think that in apparel, at least, I think there's still a need for some of those creative ideas to be developed that require more than just one person's opinion, but we can debate.